This is the second battle between Armenian king and Chagatay Kagan. The first battle went to Armenian king when he commanded Rome against Arverni, and now they're going to switch factions, so we're going to see Marian Rome versus Arverni. And the Roman build consists of a very strong infantry corps. We have a mix of legionaries and legionary cohort up front. We have 6 legionaries, 1 cohort. They are backed up by armored legionaries, veteran legionaries, evocati cohorts. We have 3 legionary cavalry and 1 Syrian archer. So very infantry heavy for Rome. I'm surprised Rome didn't bring any elephants. Arverni brought the tools to deal with elephants, or sort of, 2 Celtic slingers, 3 levy freemen to shield these units of Celtic warriors. We have 2 Celtic warriors on each flank. We have 5 heavy horse, a center consisting of 2 Oathsworn and 4 chosen swords. So this is a much more typical Arverni build than what we saw in the previous battle. A lot of the very good heavy horse that is going to be able to defeat the Roman cavalry, and when the Roman cavalry is off the field, the legionary units are going to get rear charged into oblivion. So again, Rome has a very strong infantry build here. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 very good infantry units. But swords need to be supported by cavalry in order to be effective, and I think we'll see a good showcase of why that is so here. Because Arverni is decidedly outmatched in infantry. Arverni has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 swords, and 4 of them are Celtic warriors. And Celtic warriors, of course, against legionaries, armored legionaries, veterans and evocati, they're going to die very quickly. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 6 really good sword units from Arverni. 2 of them are elite and 4 of them are mid-tier. So by no means a mid-tier spam here from Arverni. It's approaching a more balanced build. If there were more skirmishers, the build would indeed have been a balanced build. Looks like we have a standoff here. Neither of the players want to engage. They're just sizing each other up, it seems like. Arverni is moving up. Rome has matched the lines of Arverni, and the Roman lines are wider, but the Rome doesn't really have a response to the heavy horse of Arverni, even though these legionary troops are extremely heavy. They are very heavy melee infantry, they have a lot of armor. They're not going to like to get charged by the heavy horse, especially not when they are charged by heavy horse, and then the follow-up comes in the form of chosen swords and oathsworn. And even Celtic warriors are able to do very well on the charge with their 25 charge bonus and 40 weapon damage. So I'll just fast forward while Arverni moves up. The Syrian archers might be dangerous if they're able to fire for an extended amount of time against the Oathsworn of Arverni, but again, I think you can see what bringing all of this cavalry has done to Chagatay here. He has spread very wide, very thin, and now I think we're going to see a repeat of the first battle in a way. We're going to see cavalry charges and then being followed up by infantry. The Roman infantry is not braced, so that's going to happen. It's going to be absolutely demolished on the charge. And when the follow-up comes in the form of infantry, Rome is in a very dangerous situation. The nice thing about having Fire at Will on is that you will be able to do damage to cavalry as they charge in, but the problem with it is that the units won't be braced. So using the presence to increase the recharge rate of the Pila, presumably, to allow the legionaries to fire faster. Oathsworn coming up against legionaries, and the first cavalry charge by Arverni was able to cause disarray in the Roman lines, and you'll see the veteran legionaries drop very quickly on the charge, and even the armored legionaries are going to drop to the chosen swords because they were charged and they didn't have a bracing bonus, and they did not have charge bonus. So Vercingetorix is popping Relentless, which is going to increase the attack value of all of these units. It's going to help the Arverni to hit the Roman units more. Syrian archers firing at Celtic slingers. Not sure if that's the best target for them. Oathsworn doing well, but they are kind of up against 3 separate units here, so they might get ground down in the long run. But here you can see the importance of having cavalry. The cavalry of Arverni is going wide around the Roman flanks, engaging the legionary cavalry. This unit should really help. Then we have legionaries coming up against heavy horse. The heavy horse is able to disengage. The Syrians are taking care of the Celtic slingers, but that's not really important, for the Celtic slingers are not important in this battle. The Syrian archers are very important, and the heavy horse just made it into the Syrian archers, but the heavy armor of the Syrian archers is going to help them stay alive. So here you can see how quickly legionary cavalry is being destroyed by heavy horse, getting demolished there, and now the Roman lines are open for rear charges all across the board. Legionary cavalry chasing after the heavy horse. The heavy horse is going to turn instead of getting attack orders, so that wasn't good for the heavy horse. Levy freemen against legionaries just to delay them for a bit. The Oathsworn general was able to win in the center. Now he's going to be able to charge in and go for the legionaries. Another unit of Evocati going down, so the cavalry charge plus the mid-tier units of Arverni were able to decisively defeat the Roman center, and now only the Roman flanks are holding. Keeping some cavalry in reserve, keeping the Levy freemen in reserve. Nice to have them available for the late game. The heavy horse units going for rear charges managed to break a unit of armored legionaries. They are getting charged by legionary cohorts, so this unit of heavy horse should go down very quickly indeed. And veteran legionaries are dying, they're getting surrounded. The Levy freemen, of course, are being defeated, but the Arverni center backed up by cavalry was just way too strong for Rome in this case. Here we have some armored legionaries getting nice kills against chosen swords, but they're just getting surrounded and destroyed one by one. This battle is a very good showcase of why pure infantry spam can be problematic to use. This wasn't pure infantry spam, but Rome had a decisive infantry advantage that Rome wasn't able to use because of how Armenian king used his cavalry. And of course there could be other ways to set up the army than what Chagatay did, but still it's going to be very difficult to play against top level players that know how to use their cavalry to counter the heavy sword rushes that you will see a lot of in the game currently. And here we just have, here you can see where all the soldiers have fallen in a line here, where both Romans and Gauls gave their lives. So this battle is decisively in favor of the Gauls. Very nice here in putting the free man in the back of these units. Then they'll be able to fire their precursor javelins into the backs of the Romans. No need in charging in the units when you have this sort of positioning on your enemy. You can just stand there and throw javelins all day, and they're going to do it to the next unit here and do a lot of damage. Levy freemen getting nice kills on high value units. So now there are only these few Roman units left holding. They're getting surrounded, they're getting shot from all sides. Over here the legionary cohorts is going to get rear charged. Nice kills on the Oathsworn, and that's it for the legionary cohort. It's going to break. These units are not very happy, and for good reason. More javelins incoming against the legionaries. They're wavering, and we should just see a chain rout of the rest of the Roman army now. Very nicely done by Armenian king. Good game to both players. Armenian king advances to the finals in the tournament. Let's have a look at the battle statistics screen. So 12 very good infantry units for Rome, neutralized by 2 elites and 4 chosen sword and some low tier sword infantry. And although these heavy horse, they're sort of deceptive in this case, because they didn't get many kills, but they were able to break several units with rear charges. They were able to take care of the enemy cavalry, they were able to take care of skirmishers, and were instrumental in allowing Armenian king to defeat this very infantry-centric Roman build. So I think elephants in this case would have been very useful for Rome, and even more cavalry could have been used to good effect. Protecting the skirmishers for some time with an elephant might be very useful, because then it would have been able to support the legionary cavalry, scare the enemy cavalry away, do a lot of damage on the charge and such. So I think the elephant would have been a very smart choice in the Arverni matchup, because since Armenian king only had these Celtic slingers and the Levy Freeman to deal with the elephants, they could have been very scary. Similar amount of kills for the two players, but Armenian king brought more units, and this 2040 figure is a figure you'll see a lot. Armies that are 2040 tend to be strong. They tend to have a nice mix of mid-tier units, a nice mix of cavalry and sword units, some skirmishers, and some cheap units to deal with enemy cavalry. So that's it for the semifinals between Armenian king and Chagatay. The next round of semifinals to decide who is going to face Armenian king in the finals is going to be, I believe it's Mad Slinky, Memcan, Diplomat, he has several names, against Pokepax. I think that was the matchup, so I'll upload that as soon as I get it. And Heir of Carthage has agreed to co-cast the finals with me, so I'm pretty excited about that. I hope we're going to be able to schedule it at a time that we're both available. I think it should be a lot of fun. There will be two great players in the finals that have beaten good opponents to get where they are. So thanks for watching. Strength and honor.